All right, perfect. So, welcome everyone. My name is Druva. I'm a current sophomore studying economics and finance with minors in math and computer information systems. This is my first semester at the Sandbox. I got put in touch with the opportunity when I took CS 230, my second semester, freshman year, last semester, and really enjoyed Python. And Mark invited me over to join the crew. So that's a little bit about how I got into the Sandbox. I think it's a great opportunity. A lot of great things are happening here with the innovative work that all the tutors are doing, as well as the individual tutoring itself. So I think if you haven't checked out the Sandbox already, I would definitely check it out in the future. But a little bit about the project I worked on. I worked on a project with AJ. I'm not sure if he's in the room. No, he's not. But AJ is a graduate student at Bentley. So together we worked on an open house app. So we were tasked with putting together a website for the Bentley Open House and the recruiting events, something that's interactive, showcases the CIS major or minor. And we were able to put together this application in 1 to 2 weeks. And we think it was pretty cool on what we did. So a little bit about the code we used Python, which is something you learn in the 230 class that both of us took. And what we were able to do essentially is try to get a bunch of user inputs, and we would be able to map their locations and try to create like an interactive feature. So we were able to use this package called GeoPy, which essentially takes everyone's locations and it plots it on a map. And that was the thesis that we were going with. So I can show you a little demo on the application we created. So if you can see this, the Open House app is what we did right here. And basically we had students fill out their names and country. I'm from Massachusetts, so I'll just use that. And I'm from Acton, and you can fill out a location or a reason why that you wanted to go to Bentley. I think campus is beautiful, so we'll go with that. And if you submit it, you can look on the interactive map. Oh yeah, balloons do come up, but there's an interactive map of all the students who have submitted so far. And if you zoom in, I said I was from Acton, so Acton's right here, and you can see who else is from your city. If anyone else is there. And it was a really cool place or a way for recruiting events to see like who's from my town is here, who's close by. You can see like someone's in Waltham, someone's in Albany, someone's in somewhere in Maine, I think. And one of the cooler things is we had a pie chart at the bottom. And this is one of the features that we learned in class, actually. We learned about how to use a lot of Python to make data extraction, data presentation stuff. So we were able to kind of map that out with the project as well. So overall, we thought it was a really cool way to kind of showcase everything we learned in class. Does anyone have any questions about this?
How long did it take you to put everything together?
Yeah, so we had 2 weeks, and in the intermediate time, we had to present to administration to just get the check of approval. So we put together this like entry and the map in 1 week, and then the next week we kind of just cleaned it up, made it look a little bit better than it was, and added like this data feature and put the links back to the pages that they wanted us to put in. So overall, I'd say like 2 weeks. Had to put in we had to work out some kinks. Like we had a message that someone could write and put in, but we couldn't really get the like filtering process. So if there was like any bad words or anything, we couldn't get that going in time. So we switched it over to like a drop down menu and then used that.
Very cool. And is this still in use? Did you say this is being used now?
Yeah, so I can send the link in the chat if anyone wants to try it. Yep. And one of the challenges, of course, was finding package that allows international use because Bentley is a very diverse community, lots of international students. So GeoPy was able to give us that flexibility, and that was one thing that we thought was really cool about the package.
I have a question. I was just wondering how you handled any privacy issues. Did people have to give permission to put their information on the map?
Yeah, so obviously if anyone didn't want to put their information down, they wouldn't have to.
They wouldn't fill out the form.
Yeah.
So it's opt-in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I think one thing that's important is it does change from time to time. So we had this up and running for the recruiting events, and now it's like reset. So all the names from that have disappeared because we've rerun the app. So the way it works is we have all the people who signed up and we put them onto a spreadsheet. Like the code puts it onto a spreadsheet and then it pulls the coordinates from that spreadsheet. So once we reset that spreadsheet, those coordinates are no longer there. So the privacy of the people who've put it in the past, that remains in the past and is no longer in data we access.
Thank you.
Hey, Druva, that's a pretty cool demonstration there, and a really quick turnaround time. 2 weeks are normally like a sprint cycle where it's a feature that's being developed, and you guys put together a whole app. So that's pretty cool. What I wanted to ask was a two-part question. One is, what did you guys find out was the most difficult thing? And secondly, if you had more time, what sort of features do you think you would add to it?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. I think one of the most difficult things for me is as like a sophomore, I'm like the youngest person in the sandbox. So I haven't had a lot of experience doing like multi-person projects, especially with someone who's like a graduate student, a lot like 4 or 5 years older than me. So that was really interesting having him code like one aspect of it, and then I have to code another and give it back. So that collaboration is something that I learned in the sandbox that I probably would not have been able to get in like a classroom experience. As per the what features we would add, I would say one of the things that we really wanted to do was have a section for like personalized messages, but we weren't able to like ensure that every message would be like 100% appropriate and filter out any inappropriate comments. So given that all of this technology, especially like the map component, was stuff that we had to learn on our own, we didn't have time to figure out like the filtration process, but given more of a flexible schedule, we definitely would have added that in.
This is awesome. And I think it's pretty cool. Just kind of jumping off what Lincoln mentioned, like pretty cool how quickly you were able to put this together. And I guess this is a question that kind of gets to the security question that Sue mentioned. Did you have any like concerns or any risks that you were thinking about as you were launching this, knowing that you were going to have different people interacting with the app that you were unaware of?
Yeah. So one of the things that we had to do was we had to have someone monitor the spreadsheet at all times, just in case, because there is like a name fill in and stuff like that. If anyone wanted their name off, if someone put something inappropriate in the name application, we had to be able to delete that right away. One of the cool things about this feature and this app is that it was tied to a spreadsheet. So we were able to see the real-time data coming in of who's actually filling it out, where they're from, stuff like that. So we were able to switch that around like very quickly.
Super cool, super cool. I like it. I like the layout too. It's very clean and easy to work around.